Golden State Media Concepts social media podcast. Time to hashtag everything with
Mariano
and Pauline.
Hashtag Pauliano. We talk about all the fun, crazy stories on social media, from Instagram to Facebook, Twitter to Tumblr, or probably even Friendster. Join us each week as we explore the quirky side of social media. It's the Golden State Media Concepts social media podcast.
It's simple, such a sad song. The one that we rely on to get us.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning into the Golden State Media Concepts social media news podcast. I'm Pauline.
And I'm Mariano.
And we're back. Pauliano is in the house.
Know what I'm saying?
So Mariano is doing some apartment hunting right now, and he's really excited. He's going to be my neighbor, kind of ish, or something. Closer than where he's been.
That's true.
Yeah, and then we can go on best friend dates.
I'm just kidding.
Crickets.
I'm kidding.
Crickets.
I'm kidding. No, yeah, definitely. It's just been. I'm just that tired, stressed out.
Yeah.
Because I had job interview and then apartment search. And
all day.
It's been no bueno. And then, something I told you about earlier, which has been kind of stressful.
Right.
Too. Yeah.
So he's been just stressed out. Hopefully, usually what I'm hoping is that once you find at least an apartment or whatever, a house, whatever you decide, then things will start falling into place for you.
Yeah. I mean, things have been falling into place. I've been happy with all these moves I've been making, It's a struggle, but it's a struggle that I can appreciate because something better will come of it.
True.
I went to the 24-hour fitness to check it out. It's nice. We should go. I'm telling you. I've been telling you.
Okay, yeah. I can do stuff now. Sort of, kind of.
Okay.
I just can't run and I can't jump.
Well, I hate running.
So it's like everything.
I hate running. The only time I jump is when I play basketball. So you don't want that anyway.
Well, we can shoot.
Yeah.
I can shoot.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Let's do it. But I've got some really great workouts. And then once I'm living in the city, because every week I spend 12 hours just traveling.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I had that time back,
that's a lot. That's a
exactly.
lot of time.
Yeah.
That's
half a day every week. So,
that'll be a lot better. You'll be able to do a lot more things and hang out a lot more.
Exactly. Be on Tinder so much more.
So,
right?
So there's been a new update to Snapchat where you can actually save pictures and like send them later. So it's called Memories, Snapchat Memories, and I think that's kind of cool because then if you send it, because I don't know, I like the fact that things like delete quickly because then it's gone forever ish kind of.
You know what? This comes with an interesting story, but I kind of had a problem with Snapchat because I don't like that. Because I found that without saying too much, I found that shadier people
love Snapchat.
Exactly, because it's gone,
Okay, but then that's also because my friend, he loves Snapchat. He's not shady. It's just that he likes Snapchat because of the profession that he's in. So girls can't screenshot him I guess you can still screenshot on Snapchat.
I don't know, because some people this shady person that I had dealt with, she, didn't want anyone to know what was going on. So she would send me the pictures with a 2-second timer, so I couldn't screenshot it.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so she was extra. She was Snapchat queen.
Exactly.
There she goes.
Which, I mean, it's fine. That in and of itself is fine, but the possibility for the shadiness, is not good.
I get it. But I mean, I just liked it because then sometimes I would do more embarrassing things on there and send it to my friends because I'm it's gone. So I wouldn't feel too bad about it. But I mean, I guess it's kind of cool with Snapchat Memories. But then I guess that's the kind of same thing as saving it. You can just save it.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm not too impressed because Facebook not only already does that, but they even remind you a year later, 2 years later.
Oh yeah, I do like that.
So Snapchat's really just catching up.
They still okay, but on Facebook, one thing that I don't like is even if you unfriend someone, those memories with that person will still pop up, and it's okay.
I kind of like it because
no,
I do because you know what? If you end up not working out as friends or something with someone, that doesn't mean that at that point in your life you can't still look back at it okay, well that was cool.
No, if I X you out my life, you out my life. I don't need Facebook to remind me that you used to be in my life. No, so that means I have to wait every single time And like if you have like a person that you used to be in a relationship with and they just pop up, I don't want to see your face no more.
I mean, me neither. Like, I don't want to see your face today, but if I see an old picture, I'm like, okay, well, I can appreciate that at that time you were probably enjoying your time. You know,
Facebook needs to cut that out. Cut it.
Facebook, knock it off.
I don't like that. If you unfriend somebody, I don't want to see another pictures, especially Facebook. Like, oh, you have memories with so and so. It's like, yes, I know. I'm trying to get over it. I don't like it.
You should see someone. There's something deeper going on.
No, well, okay, but I'm saying like some people, yeah, like I have friends from high school, but I'm still friends with them on Facebook. It's just that we don't like speak every single day. So like, that's fine. And it's like, oh, I remember. And sometimes like I'll send it to them and be like, look at how much fun we had. Miss you. But it's like if I unfriend someone, Facebook, get like.
Did you guys hear that her voice just went menacing? But if I
unfriend them, and because like Facebook, when you break up with somebody, like you know how if you take
it makes it an event,
well it'll do that, but then also like because I was in a relationship and then I put that I wasn't anymore because like I'm not, and it was like, oh, need a break. You can either unfriend this person or just like unfollow their posts so like you don't have to like see them. And I'm like, oh, thanks Facebook, got my back.
That's pretty cool.
So why are you bringing them up in my memories?
Okay, but I mean that's still pretty cool that they.
So like so they get 20 points when they could have scored a full 100 because that's
thoughtful though. That's a cool little thing. It is thoughtful,
but then they need to continually be thoughtful and not have those memories with that person.
But I can see.
My face.
Well, they should have a setting then because I can see where some people like I would want that. Like if they were to bring up like 2 years from now an old picture of my ex-girlfriend, I'd be like, oh, you know what, that was like at the time it was a fun time. You know,
I agree, but. If I want to look at those pictures, I'll look at them myself.
I don't have them though. Is the thing. Like
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, delete
because
pictures.
me too. Because I'll take it to that extent. Like I won't keep the pictures. Like the more recent pictures I was telling you about, I wonnt keep those. There's no point anymore.
True.
I'm not. A lot of guys believe in like, oh, these are like my right. Like I've earned these. Pictures. But I'm like, yeah, but the best part about getting the pictures is getting the pictures. Like. Is having someone like, hey, I want to send you these pictures. So now that we're no longer under these kind of conditions, then I don't want them anymore.
True.
You know? It's like I can just.
I just cut people out too.
Well, I don't. It's not that I cut people out.
No, I mean out the pictures. So, like if I look cute,
no, I won't do that.
Because like my graduation pictures, I have some pictures with like my ex-boyfriend, and I just like bye.
Well, maybe my thing is I'm just not that sentimental because I don't really care. I mean,
I'm super sentimental, and like things will like remind me like if I like have a certain food, and I'm like, oh, or like food? Seriously, like little things will like remind me, or I'll be like, oh. The first time I ever tried this was when we were here. Oh, and then I can't eat like that. I can't eat that food or like listen to that song for like
10 years. Yeah.
Until I'm like completely over it.
You're like, until I'm 46 and married.
Exactly.
But
so I'm like,
some people and some girls I've noticed like to, but your half of that story projected onto men is like, you can like take a girl to like a Chinese restaurant and they're like, oh, did you come to the Chinese restaurant with that girl back in, 1847? And I'm like, yeah.
No. I'm okay with that.
And they're like, we are never coming here. Like, how dare you bring... And I'm like, it's a Chinese food restaurant. Like,
he wants to go to Six Flags. And I'm like, no, the first time I went to Six Flags was with my ex-boyfriend. But I'm like, actually, I want to go. So, like, that is, like, a little bit different. Because I'm like, I'm not going to, like, cheat myself out of having a good time. You know what?
I agree with you. I have a different situation, though, where I've never been to Disney. And not because of this, because this wasn't recently, but I kind of don't want to go. Because I have, like, a bad taste in my mouth toward Disneyland right now.
Aw.
Yeah.
I love Disneyland.
No, it's not about Disneyland though. It's just yeah.
See? Okay, see. Yeah, see there is sometimes certain things that will like stop you, but I mean like it's whatever.
It is whatever. I'm just going to do it on my own time. I'll go to Disneyland
eventually, yeah.
And I don't think I'm going to go with someone. I'm just going to go.
Yeah, do it.
And then I'll go with someone.
That's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I go to a lot of places with my family and it's the bomb.
No, I'm sure it is fun. I'm kind of,
yeah.
I'll get there.
Exactly. So Snapchat has new memories, just in case. Facebook still has memories. I need to figure out what memories I need Facebook to get into my mind and know what pictures I don't want to see.
Exactly. Because
what memories I'm over.
Exactly. Because anything else would just be unreasonable.
It's like a nightmare. It's like,
that's not a nightmare. Come on.
Is. You must Facebook. Like, no, I'm telling you, like some stuff I don't want to remember. And it's just like,
that's what alcohol is for.
No.
I'm just kidding.
It's like, I'm just like, at home, go on my phone, go to the memories, and I'm like, great, day ruined. Perfect. Thanks, Facebook. Appreciate it.
Punch your phone in the face. And...
I'm like, awesome. Now I got to log off. Now I got to go like eat some ice cream to get over it.
Oh, you just want ice cream. Like, it's just an Wait, but I want to hear about GhostBot. You were just telling me about GhostBot.
I was talking to you about GhostBot.
That's funny.
And so if you guys are interested in GhostBot, it's a really cool app that I want to talk to you guys about. So stick around after this break and I'll tell you the cool stuff about GhostBot.
Sounds good.
We'll be back.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. Hey! The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
And we're back.
Welcome back.
So before the break, we mentioned that there's a new app. It's called GhostBot. And since we were talking about exes and everything.
Oh, man. Today is just...
It's a Drake kind of day.
It is a Drake. You know,
a Drake and Rihanna kind of day. Like
it really is. I'm going to listen to Take Care and cry on the bus home. Like,
oh, no. Listen to Rihanna. Well, when I get into my feelings, I listen to Rihanna. And I listen to her Anti album. It's pretty good. Makes you forget that you
and stuff I listened to when I was younger.
Like I don't need to really know more, you know?
No, I don't. It's not that. It's just sometimes people's funny behavior can weigh you down a little bit.
Yeah, you know? Really true. Yeah. Really true. So GhostBot is, especially in this world, like this like new
I can see this working. Like I can see this fitting in so well with how people are these days.
And so, yeah. Okay. So GhostBot basically is an app that will text for you and end it.
Break up for you, exactly.
And especially, it's really kind of interesting how like this can even work. Only because a lot of people use online dating, or they just are like talking to like one person and they're not really emotionally.
I'm so curious. Let's break up over GhostBot. I want to see what they say. Like I want because I wonder I want to know, is it people who text for you, or is it like a machine that just kind of generates text messages?
Oh, like there's just like a few
This
answers.
Is what I'm wondering. Like if you were to GhostBot me, if I were to GhostBot you right now, and I were to say something like, but Pauline, like blah, 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 would it sound really like rehearsed, like, you know what, sender, I'm sorry, but this is just not working. So
it just bypasses whatever you said.
Sorry, but contact one no longer what, like how
it works
exactly. And like, will you know you're being ghost spotted is my question.
Oh, okay,
you know what I mean?
Well, I did hear. Well, I did find that they suggest it for not like the creators suggest don't use it if like you've been in like in a long distance relationship. So maybe
long distance or long term
Excuse me, long term. So it probably doesn't really like if you are like. Well, first of all, you shouldn't break up with somebody over text.
Yeah,
that's just.
And you really shouldn't ghost bot somebody,
especially if you're like in a really deep relationship. They deserve a little bit more respect than that. But
no matter if it's a terrible, don't ghost bot somebody. Like, come on.
But I mean, if you're just like kind of like talking to somebody that you met like over like social media or something, and
what do you got against Tinder? I know what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying because like people, I know that people get together over like
they do.
Twitter,
yeah,
or
they do.
Instagram.
But if that's the case, then it should be easier. Like, hey, you know what?
That's why you just ghost bot it, so then you could just go about your day while ghost bot just takes care of it. I believe in
like you have to handle your like clean up your mess, you know. So it's so I mean, if that's what you've gotten yourself into, then you got to get yourself out. Like, you know what? Hey, this isn't much. Like we've never done like whatever. Like let's just be done with it, you know.
Well, and honestly, if you are dating someone who's going to break up with you over GhostBot, you don't want them.
That's what I'm saying. So really, we should call it bulletdodger.com. But
because like, I mean, that's just rude. And I mean, it's, I guess, I kind of want to just use it just to see, but I mean, I don't have
That's
anybody
what
to
I've
break
been
up
saying.
with.
Well, let's me and you break up.
Okay,
over
okay.
Ghost Spot.
We can break up over it, and then next episode we can talk to you
Yeah,
guys about
okay.
what we find and how it works.
That's a good.
and
Hopefully,
everything.
hopefully it responds quick.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see what it says because it's pretty interesting to me. I mean, I guess you could just block the person's number on your phone and block them from like if they follow
yeah, you could, but
on
the thing is,
social
that's
media.
the worst though. Like when I was telling you a story, before we
Mm-hmm.
went back on, and it's after what I had told you.
Right.
What killed me the most was, of course, that left me with a ton of questions, and I was texting her, and I got nothing back, and that is what killed me.
Oh, see, if
that
we're
sucks.
not that deep, like, okay, this is just me. Like, if I'm just like talking to a guy and I'm just like, okay, I'm over it. Like, I met him, and then like he kind of annoys me, so I'm like, I'm over it. I'll just block you, and then eventually you'll get it.
Yeah, but if it was under that circumstance,
yeah, if it's just like really like a shallow, like surfacey, like we just met and we've just like gone to go eat once or twice, and then I'm just like, I just black, gotta go. I never knew you exist. You never get a response. Eventually you'll figure it out. Moving on. So Ghost Spot is something new. We're gonna try it and let you guys know how it goes.
Definitely.
On our next episode to see what it says and what it doesn't. Yeah, I wonder, like, is it just like this person does not like you anymore? Bye.
That's what I'm saying.
Or does it act like?
Do you remember the rejection number?
Yes, the rejection hotline.
Yeah.
Yes, I used to give that number out.
Me too.
All the time. It was so, but that was like when
I've never gotten the number. Have
I
you?
think I was like, no. I think it was when we were in elementary school, or else sometimes I would give like my friends' numbers because like I would remember it.
Oh.
And then my friends would be like, really, dude?
I would give people there's like a time number. There used to be like it is right now, blah, 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 PM. Like
oh, okay, I see.
It was like by Time Warner. They would do that for free.
And just give them a random number. Well, now I just tell people like, I don't want to give you my number.
Yeah.
And if they like get mad about it, I'm just like, sorry, gotta go. And then I just speed off. So, I mean, if you break up with people over social media or through an app, we want to know about it.
Yeah, because you suck.
And
But
I want to know like if it's happened to you. I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
But I want to know like how was it? Like what was it? Personalized? Like how did it go? You can always tweet at us at GSMC
Dear human
_.
female.
S media.
Yeah.
So, because like I want to know, how did that go? How did you break it off? If you guys, I mean, there's never a right time to say goodbye. But
Yes, there is.
but I mean, I want to know how people break up. It's kind of like a touchy subject,
Yeah, it
but
is.
I mean, I was broken up with kind of like in a bad way. Some people you could break up with and it's not that bad and still be friends. It just depends.
Yeah, everything is. Yeah, it all
Depends on how it goes. I mean, whatever. So that's that. Let us know. We're going to try that out for the next episode and let you guys know how that goes as well. But another thing that social media is used for, especially this week, if you've been on any social media platform.
Social media, because this has been killing all. Like, I searched on Twitter to see what's trending. Mm-hmm. You find some things that are like, oh, this got 13,000 posts or like even 300,000 posts. This is up there with like 2 million. This is killing social media right now.
And is what's been happening in the world of, well, not just in the world, but specifically here in the United States, here in home. We talk a lot about people hurting each other and killing each other throughout the world, but there's a lot of stuff happening in our own backyard here in the United States. And if you've been on social media, or if you've been on the news, if you've just been listening to the radio, even on the radio on the way here, I was listening to music, and they took some time to discuss what's happening in
well, yeah, this is big news. It's the story is that there was a 19-year-old kid in Fresno who I guess he got stopped. It was like a traffic stop, and there's a cell phone video because some cops in some counties, they wear body cams. I think in some counties it's maybe not like mandatory, but it's like they expect it,
right?
Just to protect themselves, because people lie about cops so often,
Yeah.
But this is why people get suspicious. Is somebody took like a cell phone video kind of hidden behind a building, and this person is laying on the floor, and there's 3 or 4 cops with their weapons drawn, pointing at him on the floor, and then they start shooting him. So you hear like, stop moving, boom, and a little while later, like stop moving, boom again, and it's like they keep shooting him, and it's not like bang bang bang, it's like shoot, couple like 30 seconds shoot,
right.
So they and he ends up dying.
Right. And that's been happening actually throughout this entire week.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, there was another video. I don't know if you saw that. There was this guy, I think the story was he was selling like illegal CDs or DVDs or something out of his trunk. Mm-hmm. And in the video, I guess he had a weapon in his pocket, which I understand the fear there. But they're all, it's like him and two police officers are standing and talking. And out of nowhere, like this guy doesn't really move. One of them just tackles him to the ground. And then they both get on top of him. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't look like he's resisting too much, but that's a tough call because he had a gun in his pocket, and I understand that. But then they shoot him like 6 times, and he dies as well.
Right.
So that one I'm actually not too against. But the 19-year-old, he was on the floor. They were way far away from him. Mm-hmm. There was like 4 of them. Like, man, you shot him 4 times. Like, is that really necessary? There's
been a lot of just police killings or police-involved shootings where men and women have died. Mm-hmm. Particularly this week, it seems like every day there was something coming up, something new, another video surfacing via Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, where it's happening in front of the person recording. So it's in real time and everything. And when we come back, we're going to discuss a little bit more about that and how social media has played a role in what's been happening throughout these last few days. We're going to take a break real quickly, and when we come back, we're going to discuss a little bit more about that.
Are you looking for the very best NFL and college football podcast? Then check out the GSMC Football Podcast. Get the latest football news both on and off the field. From the NFL Draft to trades to the rumor mill to the NFL Combines, they got you covered. That's GSMCpodcast.com/football-podcast. Get updates on college rivalries, game day insights, and much, much more. It's football talk the way you want it. This show eats, sleeps, and breathes football. Don't forget to like them on Facebook and follow them on Twitter. Visit GSMCpodcast.com for more info.
Okay, everyone, and we're back. And before the break, we started discussing a little bit about how social media has played a role in some of the current events that are happening throughout America right now in regards to police-involved shootings and people dying from what's happening. And a lot of people are upset, rightfully so. There's a lot of people that have varied opinions about what's happening, which is fine.
Well, the thing is, whenever things like this happen, it's pretty clear in terms of there's going to be 2 sides to each equation there. It's
right.
Team police, team 19-year-old kid.
Yeah, but I don't think that you have to really pick a side.
No, you don't have to.
You don't
pick a
have
side.
to pick team
No,
police.
you don't have to. But the thing is, but realistically, there will be 2 teams. A lot of people will pick a side. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm not really picking a side. I understand. This is what I try to, whenever I have these debates with people, it's I understand police work must be difficult, must be stressful, must be scary. You don't want to die. And I even understand the why should I die? I'm the cop. I'm the one doing the good, I'm the one doing what no one wants to do. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, there have been some instances where I'm okay, that's just plain unnecessary, Right. And in my opinion, I'm team whoever got shot, Mm-hmm. A lot of times I'm team police. I'm not against the police, at least not when they're in the right,
Right.
I just, at the same time, it's hard for me to feel too sorry because I'm you put yourself there. Police officers are not slaves. You signed up for this. You went through the academy to do this. If you can't do it, then, get out of the kitchen,
Right.
But I just want to throw in one quick thing. I was talking about body cams.
Yeah.
This video is a cell phone video. The police refused to release the body cam footage. It's little things that make you seem suspicious.
Right.
It's little things that it's look, the only reason people make it such a big deal, people are killing each other every day.
Because there's no transparency, I think, is what.
Exactly. Well, not just that, but it's what makes this a big deal is, people kill each other, and it's not that it's fine, but it's not like a global event. But you're the police. It's your job to not be killing other people for no reason,
Right.
And to me, if you're on the floor and there's 4 police officers pointed guns at you,
you have a taser.
Yeah, well, not just that. You have 4 tasers, but you have 4 sets of eyes. You can surround him and go to different directions. There's just no reason that I can think of why, it's one of those games, how many idiots does it take to screw in a light? How many police officers does it take to take someone down alive?
Right.
He was already on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, like
why does it have? Yeah.
Right. 19-year-old kid. And then I've seen a lot of posts. You know, the reason we brought this one up is because this, again, has been killing social media. I've seen so many like comments on these videos of like, well, we don't know. Maybe he's not a saint. Like, what's his record say? What's this and that say? And I'm like, yeah, that's true. But, you know, regardless, this is America. Like, even someone who rapes and murders someone still has his due process to go to jail. And,
Yes.
you know, and again, if you're like attacking, I completely understand. They have to protect themselves. I get that. But he was laying there on the floor. Like, you know, just look up the video.
Right.
Which
And there's been other videos, just like that. There's one in Fresno, which is very close to home here.
Yeah, that's the one that
because we're in Sacramento doing our show. But then there's also a lot of just this entire week.
Right.
There's been a lot of things.
More than usual, it seems. And a lot of people...
And I think I don't know if it's more than usual or if it's more that, like I was saying, because of social media, things are getting exposed.
That's what I said just the other day, was that, you know, because someone gave me the comment, there was like an older person, and they were like, oh yeah, people were smarter back then. I'm like, no, people were just as dumb back then. It's just that now everybody carries around a really good quality camcorder, so now
and
all of our dirt is put out in public. You know?
There was just recently that this happened. Philando Castile, his wife. Well, excuse me, not his wife, his girlfriend, because he was shot in the car after a traffic stop. And her daughter was actually in the car. She's only 4 years old when this happened this past week. And she was actually live videotaping it to Facebook.
The daughter?
No, the girlfriend. The girlfriend. So the daughter's in the back. The 4-year-old's in the back. And the girlfriend, it was her boyfriend who was shot.
So all three of them
killed.
were in the car.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's videotaping it live action, like as it's happening.
Right.
And that's another reason why this has gotten so much exposure, because from Facebook and it's happening, and you can hear, because like it has audio, like you were saying, people just with your smartphone. There's a lot of ways to. Because without that, if it was just like the body cam, then maybe there weren't.
But the thing is, they have the right to not release the body cam. So it's just funny to me that it's like, isn't that convenient, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, okay, you're not going to give it to us? Oh, that's funny because we have it anyway. But if you have nothing to hide, you know, then show it to us.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And I do think that is where a lot of like the mistrust comes from with...
And my problem with it, you know, because again, I respect police officers. I understand that it's a hard job and everything.
Right.
And I also understand that the vast majority are just hardworking people, you know. But the few that do these things, they don't really get in that much trouble. Like,
I think that's another.
I saw a video maybe 4 months ago that this guy was running from the police in a car. He crashed, and then he's running on foot. And there's this like building cam outside that catches him running, and he's tired, and he stops, and he puts his hands up like, okay, you guys caught me, like I'm tired. And they catch up to him, and then it's two cops, and they beat him for like a good 4 minutes. Yeah. Like after that. I understand you're frustrated and he ran and everything.
And that's where But
I'm talking nightsticks and everything. And then when other guys show up, I'm like, oh good, now they're done. Then the rest of him continued to beat him and he died. Yeah. And I'm talking nightsticks, stomping. Like, I get it. He ran. He's I don't want to. No, yeah. I get it. But at the same time though, you signed up for this. You are the police officer. It's your job to be the bigger person.
Yeah, there has to be some type of accountability, and also just because human nature plays a lot, and I think that's police have a lot of leeway when it comes to
they have too
what
much
they
leeway.
determine
because here's the
is
thing.
necessary is like they can decide. It's up to their discretion.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's no. It doesn't seem we're told that there is accountability and we're told that there are rules, standards, and policies that they must follow, but it just doesn't look like it from the public's point of view.
And again, notice that whenever it's something like that where the police are in the wrong, the footage is never their footage. They don't release it to us. That's number one. Number two is these guys beat a man to death, 4 of them. And again, I understood he was running, but he wasn't like resisting once they caught him. And even if they dropped him, like if they were to put him to the ground and like hit him a few times, from just out of anger, I would understand, like, okay, it must be aggravating. Like, maybe you can go...
Like, why were you running?
Right,
like,
you could not hit him, but I would be okay with it, you know? If I was the one being hit, I'd be like, you know what, all right. But if you're going to beat him with, the batons for like a good 3 minutes... Like, the video's long.
Like, ganging up on him.
Yeah, but it's a long... It sucks to watch, because after a while, you're like, all right, you know?
Yeah.
But it sucks because you know what they got? Like, you know what all their punishments were? They all got put on leave with pay. So they all got vacation for beating a man to death.
Yeah.
you know? And like the last time I heard of something similar to this, the guy, like the worst I've ever heard about something like this is they got fired. Any civilian would be in prison for life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you should have more accountability. You're a police officer. You know, it should be worse for you if you break the law. You are the law and you break it.
Yeah.
Right. You know?
And I think that's where a lot of people's frustrations are coming from.
Exactly. And that brings us to Dallas.
Yeah. And in Dallas, and
that's terrible. I'm not for Dallas. Let me be extremely clear.
Right.
You know, because if we're going to be...
We got to stop killing each other regardless.
Of course. Well, not just that, but I just hate, like, hypocrisy. You know, like, my big thing I always try to explain is I'm all about fairness.
Right.
So, in fairness, I understand it's aggravating. I understand people suck. I understand that, you know, but you signed up for this, to be fair, too.
Yeah.
So, if you don't want it, then don't take it. It's that simple.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Career moves suck. I'm in the middle of moving and trying to change things up right now, but it's possible and I can do it. And if I don't want it, then I'm out. You
Right.
know? But... that doesn't make it okay because I think it's hypocritical. Like, oh, we think it's unfair for you to kill us, so we're going to kill you. That makes no sense, you know? Because the story was in Dallas during a parade. 5 police officers were killed, like shot and killed, right?
Yeah, they a few were actually shot at, but so far as of right now, there's been 5 that have passed.
Okay, I didn't even know that. I thought it was 2. But
yeah,
still.
because I think at first it was 2 as far as like DOA, but then throughout these last few hours, yeah,
that's how it was for the 19-year-old in Fresno. He wasn't DOA, but in surgery he died.
So because then that's what, you know, people are lashing out now.
Yeah, of course. But
people are going to start taking matters into their own hands. The few that are bold enough to do it.
Again, like I can't stress this enough. Like I'm not for it. That was a stupid, terrible thing. Like you shouldn't be shooting anyone, let alone a police officer who's trying to do his job. And even so, like I understand people are angry, but this kid got shot in Fresno. These guys got shot in Dallas. These guys never had anything to do with anything that had to do with this. You know, like it's innocent bystanders. Like the people who shot these guys are just as guilty as these cops that shot this kid, in my opinion, you know? And it just sucks because you create, like, it's like a self-fulfilling kind of fear prophecy where if police officers are getting shot, you think that's going to help other people. If I'm a cop and I know other cops are getting shot, I'm going to be more on edge and probably more likely to shoot someone. And it's not because of
There's
anger.
more, yeah.
Right, you're afraid, you know?
It's getting to a point where everybody's going to be on guard and very tense.
Right. We're walking on eggshells.
It's going to be easy for things to snap. And so for people to snap and for people to be upset and uncomfortable and just angry. And I think that it goes beyond just this past week. This past week has just been a lot, you know, all at once, but it's been happening for a very long time. And it's been, lately it's been exposed. And I'm sure, unfortunately, even this week, there's other things that just have not been exposed
of course.
On a national level.
And speaking of exposure, that's just, you know, that's a problem for me because, again, like, let the facts play out as they may. But all I'm saying is, in Dallas, the police released footage. In Fresno, they did not. You see what I'm saying? Like, doesn't that seem fishy? You know? It's like if I were to ask, you know, my girlfriend, like, hey, can I see your phone? Oh, wait, hang on 1 second. Like, that's
right.
What are you hiding?
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, look, if you're going to be in the public eye, if you're going to be somewhat in control of the public eye, at least to an extent, then you need to have more accountability than that. I think it should be a law, at least. I think this is fair. Like, there should be a law that we have the immediate right to the footage. Untampered with, unmessed with, you know? You know what I mean? Like if you have
that would cause an uproar, though.
But why? Like if you have this
because
power
there's
over
a lot. I think that there is a lot of things that would just anger a lot of people, and that is why they don't release it raw, uncut right after the event.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying. But you see the potential for problem in that. You know, like.
It needs to be done.
Right.
But once it starts getting done, either there's going to be a lot of police officers that just accidentally forget to turn it on. There's going to be a lot of, the battery died because then there's going to be other loopholes.
I understand that, but in my opinion, those things, those little like quote unquote loopholes, should be punishable.
I agree.
Like, no,
you should never leave without your camera.
Exactly. Like
charged.
No.
You
this is
not.
You know you are in the public eye with all these things going on to protect the department.
Yeah.
If you don't have your camera, go home.
Yeah.
You know, like it, because if you don't have it and something happens, you just went to jail. In my opinion, like, you know, why didn't you have it?
Right.
You know?
So that's been how we're gonna wrap up this episode. Just everyone is upset. There's been a lot going on. Social media has
If you listen to this, respect the police, but just open your eyes, that's all.
just respect everyone.
Yeah, respect
Value
everyone, in fact, yeah.
everyone's life. Everybody deserves to live regardless of what they've done in their past, regardless of what they're doing right now, regardless of what they want to do later, no matter what they look like, no matter what their financial situation is. Nobody is less than. And I think that's something that we all just need to remember, is nobody is less than, and that nobody deserves anything negative to happen to them, and that we should, as a society, should be trying to just build one another up. We're a society, we're naturally, humans are social creatures. We're supposed to elevate and value one another and put each other, we're all taught the golden rule: do unto others as those, do unto others as what you would want them to do unto yourself. And we just got to get back to that. So this has been the Golden State Media Concept Social Media News Podcast. I'm Pauline.
I'm Mariano.
And together we're Poliano. You can listen to us
You can listen to us, like, rage about other topics. iTunes.
This has been, I think, our most deepest one, because it's just been what's been relevant in social media right now. So you can listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, and always at gsmcpodcast.com. If you have anything on any of the shows that we've ever done, if you ever want to chip in, pipe in, and give us your opinion too on what we're discussing, you can always hit us up on Twitter at gsmc_smedia.
Correct.
Bye.
You knew it this time.
I did. I got it.